Hi friends, it's Miss Erin and welcome to the Safe Church and Vacation Bible School unit of Safeguarding God's Children from the Diocese of Atlanta. All teenagers and adults, anybody who works with the children, the youngest members of our church family, must go through safeguarding in order to actually volunteer. So if you will bear with me as we go through our summertime protocols, and then we're going to get you up to speed on signing off and signing paperwork on your first day of Vacation Bible School, saying that you have participated in this online training. We have 4 high-risk situations at Vacation Bible School. One is large group activities. These always require extra supervision because kids can go unnoticed or get separated from peers and leaders and teachers. Don't allow yourself to get distracted by talking to other teachers. Stay involved, work with the kids, be proactive and help them by joining in. Don't allow a Vacation Bible School child to go back to the classroom or the bathroom unaccompanied by an adult. We do have a restroom protocol in place that I'll go over with you shortly. Our second high-risk situation are high-risk kids. These are kids who bully or threaten other kids, sexualized talking or gestures, verbally or physically aggressive kids, and their targets are kids who are lonely, shy, clingy, or emotionally needy, kids who have a disability. These children should always be in an observable location. Everyone should know that they are not allowed to threaten, scare, or harm another student. And if they are a victim of such behavior or observe it in other kids, they should tell their teacher or another adult immediately. If you're a teenager or an adult and you're experiencing behavior like this, after warning that child once or twice, I highly suggest that you get in contact with me so I can go through the appropriate behavior reactions to a child who acts this way. So don't feel as if you have to make all of the corrections, especially if they're not following through once you've warned them. Teenagers, always find an adult. Don't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. The third of our high-risk situations are isolated areas. Inappropriate sexual behavior between children or between an adult and a child often occurs in an isolated or private area. You want to eliminate privacy. Know your facility or campus, offices, closets, empty rooms, and bathrooms. If a child is headed for an isolated area, remind the adult of the rules. Institute a bathroom protocol, such as the rule of 3, 2 children and 1 adult, or 2 adults and 1 child. Keep the bathroom door partially open. Again, our bathroom protocol is 3, the rule of 3, 2 children and 1 adult, or 2 adults and 1 child, keeping the door partially open. If you ever feel uncomfortable in a bathroom situation, find an adult or contact me. Mixed age group. We don't do mixed age groups for Vacation Bible School this year, but there are times where the kids will gather and exit together each day. So keep your eyes on interactions between younger and older children to make sure that no one is getting teased or picked on. If you have preteens or youth, like we will, helping out with VBS, remember They should never be left in charge of other children. They do not have the maturity to be relied upon to use good judgment. And it is not fair or appropriate to give them that much responsibility when they are not equipped to handle it. So remember, adults working with Vacation Bible School, if you notice that there are teens and children in the room, do not leave them unaccompanied. And youth, if you feel uncomfortable in a situation, again, find the nearest adult or find me so that I can help. The role of the adult VBS teacher. Be a positive role model. Use appropriate language, dress appropriately, and interact appropriately with other teachers and children. Set clear standards. The children and teen helpers will look to you to see what's acceptable behavior and language. If you're roughhousing, being inappropriately demonstrative, or using inappropriate sexualized language, they will see that as the standard. Keep your boundaries clear. Young children will want your affection. Elementary age children will want to know all about you. And the teens, they may want to impress you. Be your friend or be more interested in other teen helpers than with being your assistant. Remember, you are the adult in charge. And avoid being alone with a child. Use the evening news test. Would I be okay with seeing myself behaving in this way on the evening news? Listen to what kids say. Sometimes they may say it in oblique, non-straightforward ways. You may have to read between the lines. Who is teasing whom? Who is in and who is out? Who is threatening others? This goes for kids as well as teen helpers and adults. Report. Inform other teachers or the VBS director of your concerns or observations. It is your responsibility to report problem kids, the bully, situations, those who sneak off, and adults, those who see themselves as exceptions to the rule and exhibit inappropriate language or behavior. Remember, it is not your job to investigate or determine if there is actual abuse going on. It is your job to report it to the VBS director, myself, Miss Aaron, or in a case where you suspect actual abuse, report to the authorities. You can make your report anonymously if you prefer, and it can be done verbally or in writing. Good faith reporting. Behaviors that have led to false allegations. Meeting alone in isolated places. Showing favoritism. Engaging in physical contact that could be misinterpreted. Wearing provocative or inappropriate clothing, giving special or secret gifts, discussing sexual activities or encouraging others to do so, commenting on children's bodies, shaming or belittling a child or any individual, failing to adhere to accepted standards for appropriate demonstrations of affections. So this is an overview. This does not take us on a deep dive for those that volunteer throughout an entire year. But if you have questions, there is a copy. The Diocese of Atlanta Policies for Protection of Children and Youth from Abuse is accessible through our church. If you have more questions or want to take that deeper dive, then I suggest reaching out to myself and we can get you set up. Now, this is our youth. It's a covenant for our youth, our VBS youth workers. This is something that you're going to have to check and sign at the end of viewing. So all youth members, I understand that I am under the supervision of Adult Vacation Bible School leaders and will follow the rules at all times. I will respect the adult VBS leaders and do what they ask me to do. I will not remove myself from the group or go off with a child or with another youth assistant unless instructed to do so by an adult VBS leader. I will follow the bathroom protocol established by the adult VBS leaders when or if I accompany children to the restroom. Remember the rule of 3. 2 children and 1 adult, or 1 adult and 2 children, leaving the bathroom door partially open. I will refrain from giving piggyback rides or letting children sit in my lap. I will not use foul or sexually suggestive language. I will also refrain from teasing or engaging in behavior that might be perceived as judging or making fun of any child. I will not roughhouse, tickle, or fight with other youth assistants or any of the children attending VBS. I will not play favorites with any of the children at VBS, and I will not neglect my duties as a helper to hang out and talk exclusively with other helpers. I will follow the 2-leader rule at all times and never be alone with a child unless I've been asked by an adult to take a child from one activity to another. I will recognize that some of the children will likely look up to me and view me as a role model, and so I will use appropriate language and behavior at all times. I agree to abide by these rules while I am helping at VBS. And then youth members will make sure that you have a copy and that you have signed and checked so that I can keep it on file for you. Another thing I want to point out is social media use and phone use. We ask that you do not take pictures of the children as teens. You never want to be accused of something you may or may not have done, and taking pictures is a liability. So we ask that you don't take pictures at Vacation Bible School. Our adult Vacation Bible School leaders will assist me in taking pictures for social media. We also ask that unless you're using your phone to look at a schedule or to contact another adult in the building, that you try to keep your phone in your pocket, in your purse, or somewhere locked up at all times. We need your undivided attention while you are at Vacation Bible School. We never need you hanging off to the side waiting for directions. Take some initiative, look around the room, and see where you can be of help. And finally, for our adults and youth, if you are having a behavior problem or you do have some concerns about a specific child attending Vacation Bible School, always see me first. Do not initiate a conversation with a parent or a guardian without speaking to me, for liability issues and for overall safety for our entire church. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at 706-887-1340, text me, or send me an email. I look forward to working with you this summer. Bye-bye.